All aboard, it's Jang here with a look at the Playmobil cargo ship with loading crane. This came with officially 80 pieces, although a few of those pieces are extremely large, so parts count really doesn't matter here. Unfortunately, this was officially discontinued as of the time of the recording of this video, within the past year, I believe it was, but there are still a number of them out there available to be purchased new, and I just wanted to get my hands on this thing, and since I got it, I wanted to share it with all of you. It's a pretty big ship, about 20 inches long, and it actually does float in the water. However, it doesn't have to go on the water. It's actually optimized to work on the land as well. It's got, in the back, little wheels underneath that are built into the base of the thing. That's pretty cool because a lot of kids are going to play with this on the ground. It has a couple of anchors up at the front, and those can be deployed at the same time or separately. They've got just little windlasses up at the top that allow you to drop those down. Just a little bit stuck in there, but actually has some fairly heavy cordage used to hold these on there, and you have to tie that up yourself, and then you can also angle this out so it can bite into the surface. The big major feature of this, though, is definitely the crane. Now the whole thing can be spun around a full 360 degrees to get you a nice range there. And then it has two knobs to control the motion of things back here. So this knob right here is to control the angle of the boom, so you can bring it out. You can also bring it quite far in so you can reach things that are very close. And then this one here is just to control the line for raising and lowering the hook, because this is just a hook, and you can just use that for normal things. But this right here is a beautiful, brilliant little piece of engineering. I love this. Watch how this actually works with the container. So I'm just going to let this down on top. Now I don't have to specifically hook this around anything, just give it enough slack. Just kind of push it down. It opens itself up and then latches onto the container. So at this point now I can just lift the whole container out of the hold, and it holds it nice and secure, and you can just move the whole thing off the boat. And at this point you can get this so far out because of the nice range that the boom has. You can take it out to a truck on the dock, or a train if you're able to get a train, a nice flat car to come right up to the edge there. So you get a good range to actually take that out, and then you can just completely set it down on the ground and just kind of help that to come off a little bit. But it's nice and simple, and then once you lift this back up, see, it just retracts back in. It's so nice. It does so much of the work for you, just using very simple mechanisms, really. It's very convenient. Now here's one other thing with this crane. Since it does just have a hook and this is all a separate assembly, they also include this adapter, which also works with a hook, and that can be used for lifting pallets. So other types of cargo. Like this, it's kind of leaning in a weird way, but when you put some weight on it, it'll kind of flatten out. So that's how that's intended to work, and you kind of adjust the forks from side to side as well. So that's for use with other things that aren't included in this set. Now they do include two of these small cargo boxes, and each of those boxes is able to be opened up from the top. This is the easiest way to do it. So you can put anything in there. Solids, sand, dirt, little boxes, anything that you can think of can be placed in there. Also, keep knocking this person down here. We'll look at the figures separately, of course, but big old space where you can put anything in there. Again, with the knocking the figures over. Okay, we'll have to do that separately. Big old space. You can use that for stuff other than just the boxes. Again, you can, you could put the Playmobil coal type of stuff in there. You can put rocks in there if you want to, make up your own cargo. And because the hull of the ship is so large, it has a lot of displacement, so it can actually hold quite a lot of stuff in the water before it starts to get to a dangerous level. At the back, the superstructure and bridge area of the ship is kind of simple on the sides. Also doesn't stand up too tall, but it's about appropriate for the size of the ship. I wish it was just a little bit taller than that, but it works out pretty well, I'd say. Nice little bit of detailing up on the top. You got a radar bar here and a number of antennae, and also this could represent a beacon light. And they also bring in some of the the little suggestion of the exhaust stack that goes up the back. And on the back of this has a little life preserver ring and some other small details, a little cleat right here. You have access for your figures to come in from the back, and there's also access from the front. Got a fire extinguisher there for safety. Obviously, you're not going to get your fingers in there to really move the figures around, but that's why the whole top of this can be removed. So there's your interior with a quite nice sticker that they used for the console area to the front with various digital charts that are up. Very nice, I like that. The wheel can be turned, obviously it can be held by a figure, and they've got a little storage space around here, little handset that can be held by a figure, you know, to use that as a intercom or PA system to talk to the folks who are working out on deck. And it even has this interesting inclusion of a coffee maker inside of there, a little cabinet down below where you have a little bit more storage, and kind of a sink space over here to the side. So it actually comes with those 4 little mugs that are included there as well. So plenty of coffee to keep this guy awake for some long shifts. Here are the 3 figures that are included with the set. The one on the left is obviously the captain, looking all very formal there. Also has some binoculars for checking out what's going on from a distance. And then you have just a couple of general workers, and you could see one of those as being a dock worker and the other one being an actual crew member, or they could both be crew members, they could both be dock workers. However you want to set that up for your own imagination, it's entirely up to you. It's nice that they give you a range of different color pieces, so not just all fitting in with the same kind of uniform. It's pretty standard for Playmobil. I appreciate their diversity across their figures, not just with male and female and different skin tones and stuff, but just the colors and styles of clothing that they give you. Cool big ship. Nice to get that big hefty size. I think it looks a little bit plain in the superstructure bridge section, but I really like the actions of the crane. That just works wonderfully. There's plenty of room for your figures to do different things, you know, plenty of space to pose them around. And I think the thing just looks good on display in general. Also nice to get a couple more of those cargo boxes, which are super useful for all kinds of activities, and they'll work very well with other sets that are able to carry things around. Overall, I'm quite happy with this one and happy to be putting it into my little Playmobil layout once that's ready. Please let me know what you think about this set by leaving a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.